Hey, how you doing? I'm doing just fine. I lied, I'm dying inside. Hello, YouTube. Hi, people of the internet. I'm just going to record a quick Smite gameplay and post same, because frankly I just wanted to post something. That's kind of the extent of it. Let me fix audio real quick. I also want to talk about something that I think doesn't get enough attention, and I think I don't talk enough about. Let me queue up the game real quick. And how do I just play the game? There's problem one. There's a fucking bear. I'm so mad. We're just gonna do an arena. We're just gonna do something quick. I don't have too much time. My friends want to play ETC. But the thing I want to talk about with you guys is an incident that I experienced. I mean, this has been 6 months ago and it's been bugging me ever since. So anyway, let me quit prefacing this bullshit and just jump into it. The topic is mental health, and background, for those of you who don't know, mental health wise, I'm not okay as a person. And like, I play it off like I am and I'm not. Right? Like, I joke about shit. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna kill myself, right? You know, all that bullshit. I'm your standard white fuck man. But really, I actually have quite a few issues, some of which are diagnosed, some of which are not, blah, 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 whatever, right? So the point is, I was going in to see a person to get medicated. Yeah, Molly, perk, sit. To get medicated for one of my various issues. And they just have you fill out kind of a questionnaire and talk about, you know, they talk to you about, like, hey, what's your fucking problem, right? And I told them, I was like, okay, listen, I have a prior diagnosis of depression, OCD, anxiety, etc. I didn't even say I was hitting a rough patch. It was just kind of like, I want to try the pharmaceutical solution because other stuff isn't necessarily working for me, right? And so I told them, and one of the things they ask you is like, what have you tried doing to help with your mental health issue? Which, depending on who you talk to, is either excessively personal, intrinsically a stupid question, or not the right question. Because, like, really, when you have a mental health issue, what can you personally do, right? Like, it's like, hey, like in my case, right? Let's just pick OCD because I don't want to talk about depression. It's fucking bleak. Depression-wise, like, hey, I'm incapable of feeling better, and then you go into the doctor and they just ask you, what if you tried to help yourself feel better? Like, like, did you listen? But anyway, that's neither here nor there. The point is they ask the questions to make sure that you're not trying to abuse medication or get excessive medication that you don't need. Make sure you get the right medication, so on. So I understand why they're asking it. But they asked me this question, and I told them the 3 things that are true. I told them I lift, right? I do lift and exercise, and like I go run sometimes, blah, 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 right? Exercise, caffeine, and I said these words. I said I self-medicate with exercise, caffeine, and video games. And the person looked at me, ignored the first 2 things I said, and said, oh, so is the video gaming thing under control? And I, like, this is an acceptable question, right? Like, I know people get addicted and get way too into shit, and, oh, game's ready. And they spend, like, days and weeks just playing World of Warcraft, right? What do I even play in this game? No one knows. I'm gonna play Scylla because she's easy. I have a lot of magic damage already, actually.
Circuit.
That's Circuit. Sorry, I'm distracted. Give me 1 second here. I gotta figure out, like, the game mechanics. Let's just play neat. It's just fucking boring. Anyway, so I think sound is probably too loud. Again, sorry, distractible. I was getting into the narrative and shit. Anyway, so I went in and talked to them, and they're asking me all these questions, blah, blah, blah. And I just looked at that, I was like, okay, so the 3 things I just told you in this order, right, are exercise, which is something that is well known that people hurt themselves doing and overdoing if they're using it as a stress response, right? Like, I mean, I don't even have to give examples. You can just look at your athletic friends and it's like, yeah, fucking tore, you know. It's like, oh, what happened to your ankle? It's like, oh yeah, I tore it again, right? Like, I mean, I don't even have to give examples. You can just look at your athletic friends and it's like, yeah, fucking tore, you know. It's like, oh, what happened to your ankle? It's like, oh yeah, I tore it again, right? Like, it's like, oh, what happened to your ankle? It's like, oh yeah, I tore it again, you know, baseball players always blown out their shoulders because they overpractice and whatever, right? Athletes hurt themselves all the time, just out of a compulsive kind of, I gotta practice, overtraining, and especially lifting, right? Because it's like, oh, well, I can do one more rep. Realistically, no, you can't. That's kind of the problem. And then the second thing I mentioned was an actual drug, right? This is not something you would usually, when you say drugs, you don't usually mean caffeine, but like it is a drug in the physiological sense, right? Like it has effects on your physiology. It makes me talk super fast, for instance. The point being, it's an actual chemical compound that has effects on your body. And like, and the thing you're worried about is the thing that I told you was like, yeah, I game sometimes as a stress response to help, you know, it's fun, right? Takes my mind off stuff. I'm gonna take purification beads because I'm a little piece. And the thing they were worried about is gaming. And I was like, do I really, is that helping me? Do I need extra stigma about my hobby that I've already been, like, it's something that I get made fun of a lot for, or I used to, right? People don't make fun of me anymore because I'm 6'4" and I'm fuck beat their ass. But I definitely, like, growing up, gaming was a huge issue, right? Like, I got made fun of it. Sorry, I got made fun of a lot for it. My parents hated it, right? But it was, like, it was helpful. It was kind of an escape mechanism, right? Something I could do to feel better. Something that would help me with my fucking depression, etc., right? Which I pretty much had my whole life, right? I just am a certain way. What do these do? Yeah. Maxing my nuke. And that's all well and good. But I was like, are you really doing me any favors making me feel worse about that? So that's one thing I wanted to touch on. Was just like, I think there's a huge stigma in this country about gaming and shit like that in general, which is not necessarily anybody's fault, but it needs to stop, right? Because it's not helping. Good God. This is a fucking mess. That's what this is. Bye. Okay, so that's one part of it. The second part of it was, it took me so long to actually seek any kind of treatment. That's like step 2 of this whole fucking thing that I wanted to talk about. Is I think people don't understand, this person's just doing it, man. The thing with mental health in this country is, first of all, we don't treat it the same way we do physical health. Right, like if I said, hey, I tore a tendon in my shit, you wouldn't say, well, have you tried feeling better about it? Right, you say, holy shit, go to the doctor, you idiot. Ah, I missed. I suck. I missed a clickable spell. Anyway. You know, if you get a rhinovirus, you go to a doctor and you get, I'm the worst. Anyway, I'm gonna go back to base because I'm embarrassed. I also need to turn my sound on again. But, like, you would never in your life look at an athlete who blew out their rotator cuff over pitching and say, like, well, have you tried just having a better attitude about it? Like, no, that's just, it's just non-physical, right? That's stupid, that's not how it works. In mental health, we don't have the same kind of thing. People's first solution is never to tell you to get help. Their advice is fucking always. They always tell you some dumb shit. And depending on who you're talking to, it might be, well, you know, you just gotta fix your attitude, or they'll give you some advice like, well, you know, a lot of people have it worse off than you, blah, blah, blah. Or, you know, here people will tell you, oh, have you tried yoga? Right. Which is always, that's fun in its own right. But the point is, there's a huge stigma about getting treatment. Whoa, 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 hold on. Boys and girls. I don't want any of that shit. There's a huge stigma about getting treatment, and then when I started getting treatment, it didn't necessarily help. And what I mean by that is people had a lot of really fucked up ideas about how to help me. Because, like, what the fuck is going on? Who is you? There's a new god in this game that I don't even recognize. Sorry, I'm getting vastly off topic. The point is, like, part of the reason that I'm making this video today is because I realized earlier today that I can't talk about this shit. Like, it's really difficult. You'll notice I keep deflecting? Unless I keep deflecting the topic off to, like, stuff that's wrong with our society, or, you know, here's a funny anecdote from when I went to the Tank Center, blah, blah, blah. And part of the problem is that I just personally can't talk about it. And I don't know if, like, I don't know if I'm just fucked up, or I've been talking to people who made me feel fucked up a lot, or whatever. You know, whatever the nature of the problem is. It's a really hard thing for me to talk about, so I'm essentially practicing right now. And I'm sorry if you're watching this video to feel better, because it's probably not gonna work. Anyway. God, it is hard to talk and play, I gotta be honest. I sook. Oh god, get away from me, fucking nerd. You're running at me, dude. Shitting on your boy. I'm dead. Nuts. Anyway, I'm gonna leave this unedited and candid. I need to turn my sound down. It's fucking deafening. I'm gonna leave this unedited and, like, quote-unquote candid so you can see that this is, like... Yeah, I know. Oh, I gotta mess with the sound. A little. Sound is fucking fine, Peter. So anyway. What do I build? I need attack speed for sure. They keep changing all the games as well. Oh yeah, this guy. Sorry. Anyway, if you have mental health issues, the point is, like, please, God, go talk to people about it. That will help you enormously. Right? And, like, I know that's what everybody says, and that's stupid, but I'm telling you, as a person with issues, if you have issues, please, God, go talk to somebody about it. And it doesn't have to be a professional, even. It probably should be, because, frankly, lay people are going to tell you some goofy bullshit. But even just the act of talking about it, like, I'm feeling a lot better, right? The other part of this is, like, this is basically... it's kind of a really... It's like, oh, here's the big reveal. Right, oops, wrong ability. Here's the big reveal. I'm fucked. And I don't think a lot of people know that about me. Partially because I keep it secret, because I don't want everybody to... The only thing worse than getting judged is not getting judged. Right, the only thing... When everybody's real fucking supportive, just like, oh god. And they're like, yeah, I totally understand. And they just absolutely, clearly do not. I'm running real close to these nerds. I hate that, and so for that reason I've kept shit mostly private or secret, depending on how you want to interpret it, right? I have not put things to my friends, and I don't bother them with it. Because frankly, I just don't want to talk about it, and I know that it's probably not going to work. Right? I'm not going to feel better regardless. Not that my friends aren't nice people or anything like that, it's just like, just doesn't fucking do it for me. Oh boy. Uh-oh, I'm a pig. Shit. I'm a pig! Let me get boots. And like... God, this is fucking hard to talk about, man. Anyway, let me just tell you my whole life story, right? That'll work. I'm leaving the base without our relic. I need to get H. Samuel. Yeah. So anyway, basically since I was a small boy, I've been what you might call depressed, or I've had some kind of depression symptom, right? There's a very vivid anecdote from when I was, I think it was 8 or 9. I can't have been older than that. And I was just like, I was just fucking weeping. Right? Like I went to bed and I was just sobbing, and my dad came in and was like, Peter, what the hell, man? Like, what's going on? And apparently I was just thinking about the fact that this is what I told him, right? This is, my memory of this is very distorted. But my dad tells me that I was just thinking about, quote, I don't want to die. Like, the fact that I didn't want to get old and age out of life. And, like, that's some pretty deep, dark fucking thoughts for a 9-year-old or an 8-year-old or however old I was, right? I am silenced! Right? Like, that's not what you would expect a young, small boy to be thinking about, right? No, get out of the way! Whatever. I'll just nuke him. So anyway, that's been a long-term recurring thing. Social anxiety, another one of my fucking mainstays. Never been good with people. never been the most popular dude, to say the least. But that's all fine. You know, I don't like people that much either. partially because of another one of my mental health issues. But whatever. This is all neither here nor there. I don't know what that guy was particularly doing. So anyway, depression, anxiety, and OCD have basically been mainstays of my life, is the point that I'm getting at. And if you don't know that about me, you might not know why I am the way I am. Because people, like... I've had quite a few problems with people. Problematic relationships. Or whatever. Yeah, I want the attack speed ones. And I want... Sorry, distracted again by the game. Distracted by the thing I'm actually doing. But the point being, like, I've had, you know, I've lost some friends and shit like that. And I just wanted to, like, I basically just wanted to make this short and extremely cringeworthy video about how, Uh-oh. Donkey gonna die. Fuck out of my face. Hold on, we're team fighting. I'll talk again in a second. My auto attacks are skill shots. Like I got nuked. Okay. Anyway, sorry. Getting distracted. Losing track of my true purpose. Summary of my life right there. So anyway, I've had a lot of problems, and I don't think anybody knows about it. As Eminem himself once said, I got some skeletons in my closet, and I don't know if no one knows it. Right? I've had a lot of trouble keeping any kind of steady employment. Like my last job. My last job was working at a sandwich shop. You know, nothing insanely glamorous or anything, but it was a job. You know, it was a work. I got paid. Ooh, ouch. Oh no, I might die again. So I don't have any life steal. Yeah, rip. I got too aggressive. Anyway. Regardless. My last job, I just fucking quit one day. Like, I got tired of working there, and there was a situation in my work where I wasn't enjoying myself very much anyway. But I just kind of didn't go in one day. Like, I never really explained myself very well. Need lifesteal, honestly. Never really told them what was going on. Just kind of fucking did it. I was like, bye! I don't know what I'm building anymore. It's fine. Yeah, okay, there we go. That's what I wanted. Boosh! Oh, well, shit. I don't know if we need to surrender. Hang on. That's a little drastic, right? We're down a lot, but shit. I've had worse. No! I missed my auto attack. Anyway, that when I got tired of my job and just fucking left. I just didn't show up to work one day. It's like, bye! I'm not coming in for this shift. Again, something I've never told anybody. I was like, I don't want to go into work. I'm not fucking going into work. Right? And like, that's what mental health does to you. You just do shit inexplicably. And you look back and you're like, what was I thinking, man? I had a steady job. I wasn't the best at it, but I was getting better. You know, I was learning. It wasn't the most glamorous thing, but you know, I was in college, right? Fuck it. It doesn't matter. It was like, you know, I was doing a thing. And then I just didn't go in. It's like, bye. Can't do this. I will not fucking work here anymore. And like, in retrospect, it's funny, obviously, but anyway. Had a lot of issues with a now former friend of mine that I cannot blame entirely. Like, I can't just go, oh, haha, I have mental health issues, and that's my fucking excuse. But had a lot of issues. Some of you may know what I'm talking about, and if you don't, it doesn't matter. Anyway, had a ton of issues with my friend at the time, which largely came from my mental difficulties, we'll call them. Fuck, I missed. Gotta get this guy out of my face. Sorry I'm so distracted also. I really am trying to get this out. I'm trying a little... Oh, ow. Damn it. Ballsack. Got satyred. But again, I didn't tell anybody that was the issue, right? That I was having shit going on. And so now I look like a freak. Right? Like I, you know, took a substantial reputation hit, as it were. Kind of got blacklisted from a lot of people's books because I was just having a fucking issue, right? And I couldn't talk to anybody about it, obviously. I didn't try to talk to anybody about it, which is my fault. But anyway, the point is, I'm a lot more messed up than everybody thinks, generally speaking. Oh, shit. Hold on, let me DPS this man. Whoa. I'm not hitting jack shit. Cripple him! Kill it! Oh shit, I hit the wrong guy. Uh-oh. That's bad news. Sorry. Getting really distracted because I'm playing a video game. I'm distracted from my mental health story because I'm playing a video game. That's topical. Sorry, again, this is very difficult for me, and you're... Because, again, I've always been kind of the weak, silent type, right? Like, oh, I'm, you know, I feel like shit, I'm just gonna make fun of myself. And if you can't tell right now, by the way, one of the reasons I'm making this video is because I'm having a fucking terrible time. And you probably can't tell, because, again, I do this thing where I'm like, I'm gonna make a joke, I'm gonna deflect it. Maybe I'll cheer myself up, right? No. Ow, God, he hurts. Oof, God, they hurt a lot. I think this one might be a defeat, boys, I gotta be honest. Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely not. We're only down 200 points, it's fine. We got this. Here comes my pentakill. The way this game has gone is kind of a metaphor for my life, right? I'm jolly about it the whole time. This shit is just not going okay. Ugh. I want to at least fire this. Just for the sake of the thing. Okay. Rip. Rip video game. Okay, now the game's over and I can finally fucking concentrate. What I want to say, that mental health anecdote, my mental health status. Also, like, don't worry, please God, like, I'm fine-ish. Like, I'm nominal. I'm how I've always been. Fantasy point. Piss off. I want to say, mental health anecdote. I'm fine-ish, but I have a lot of fucking issues that I think people don't know about. Oh, I should tell you what my formal diagnoses actually are. So I have, officially, right, I've got severe depression, severe anxiety, severe OCD, right? That's the triumvirate of things that I've actually been formally diagnosed with. Who the fuck is texting me? Please. It's Rosa. Lamau. It's my friend. Hello. Oh yeah, that I can do. That's the triumvirate of things I've been diagnosed with. Now, another issue I have with a fucking mental health institution. A person, who shall remain nameless, but a previous therapist of mine, declined to diagnose me with something. And the reasons for doing that are a problem for me. Specifically, he found that I had something and he refused to diagnose it because I think he was in cahoots with my mom or something, and he just didn't want to brand me with that stigma of that particular condition. Like, there was strong evidence that I had it, and he just didn't want the brand on me, right? That's garbage. The fact that that was... First of all, the fact that that was done, right, that was even an option on the table, is garbage. Right? Like, why is there... Why would there be such... Like, why would it be worse to stick a label on me and get me fixed and get me the help I fucking needed? Clearly needed, in his professional opinion. Why would it be worse to get me that help by putting a label on me than letting me just go through life unassisted? What kind of fucking country is this? And what kind of society do you have where it's like, it's better to just let people be fucked up, right? Because otherwise people will be like, oh no, that guy had to get fixed. Yeah, of course I had to get fixed. I'm fucked. Right? Anyway, so that's my main talking points that I wanted to cover. I know I got really scattered in the middle of the gameplay. I apologize for the candid nature of this video. But, yeah, so anyway. I guess my overall point, here's my point. This is fucking confusing. I am a person who is fine and is also not fine. I'm just as fine as I've ever been, but if you ever observe me doing something, if you know me personally or if I'm on stream, if you just see me doing some shit that makes no sense, bear in mind that, like, right, I got issues. And I laugh them off all the time. But they're there, right? They exist. So that's step one, is realizing that I'm not joking all the time. Step two, if you yourself have mental health issues of any description, you know, even if it's just like, I feel bad sometimes, right? That's fine. Forget about the stigma and shit. It doesn't matter, right? If people judge you for going to get help with mental health shit, like if your friends are gonna put a stigma on you and be like, oh, haha, you're weak, they're not your fucking friends, right? Ditch them. Don't need them. Don't need that shit in your life, 100%. The third issue, I just wanted to mention that, like, if you've never been to get mental health help of any description, there are some problems with it that I think we need to fix, right? Like, people have their priorities fucked up in what they're asking. They're like, well, you're using drugs and, like, exercising to the point of injuring yourself, but how's fucking gaming? Right? Like, I think people have fucked up priorities there. And I wanted to talk about that problem where I had where somebody just unethically didn't diagnose me, right? And whatever, it's fine. Anyway, I think that's all I wanted to say. Sorry this was long-winded. I hope you if you watch this, I hope you enjoyed it to some extent, right? I hope it wasn't awful. Again, I apologize for the candid nature. I don't really have time to edit this, so I'm just gonna record this and put it up because I want to. I just want to, right? Wanted to just post something on the channel. It's about a topic that's near and dear to me. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. That's always the objective, right? I want to get you guys talking. So let me know what you think of this in the comments. I may do another one of these. If people are interested, I may do another, I guess, mental health rant. Because again, it's a topic that's near and dear to me, right? Something I've had a lot of problems with, and I continue to have a lot of problems with, but anyway. I think that's going to do it. Oh, I got a new hair product. Sorry, off topic. Anyway, I think that's going to do it for today. Thank you for watching. If you're a friend of mine, don't worry, please. God, like, it's cool. I just wanted to do, like, PSA, Peter's crazy isn't a joke, right? Like, it's something I laugh about, but it's actually also just true. So anyway, leave me a comment or a like. I don't know, push the weird passive-aggressive like button. Leave me a comment, like, check out the other videos, and whatever. Okay, enough of my outro. I'll see you guys later. I don't know when. Come check out the stream. It'll be in the description. Okay, sorry. I gotta go, guys. That's all for me. Thanks for coming. I love you all. Alright. I'll see you guys.